University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, there are now only 2 places left in the quarter-finals, and one of them will go to whichever team wins tonight. We'll be saying goodbye to the losers. City University London had a very comfortable first-round win against a team from Hull, who pretty much gave up after the halfway mark. They may face sterner competition tonight. We already know that they're familiar with war and peace, but have yet to open Wuthering Heights. And despite being a team of postgraduates, their average age is only 23. Let's meet them again.
Hello, I'm Neil O'Leary, I'm from Galway and I'm studying for a PhD in optometry.
Hello, I'm Kaya Burgess from London and I'm studying journalism.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Tom Devlin from London, studying law.
Hi, I'm Henry Ellis, I'm from Kent and I'm studying law.
Now, the team from Brighton University also had a convincing win in their first-round match against Southampton with 190 points to 135. They answered well on such fundamentals of university curriculum as horse racing, singing stars of soap opera and what the Pope wears on his head. But they rather struggled over trivialities like geography and Shakespeare. Their average age is 2 years older than their opponents tonight. Let's see if it makes a difference. Let's meet them.
Hi, my name's Beth Hewitt. I'm originally from Norwich and I'm studying for an MA in Information Studies.
Hi, I'm Ben Jordan, I'm from Brighton and I'm studying English Language and Linguistics.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Stephen Blanken from County Durham and I'm reading medicine.
Hi, I'm Jolyon Dales, I'm from Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire and I'm studying medicine.
Let's skip the rules. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. What word links 19th century diplomatic gatherings at Aachen, Verona and Troppau, major political parties in South Africa and India, and the legislative body...
City Devlin.
Congress.
Correct. So you've snaffled the first set of bonuses. They're on titles. The Outsider was the title of 3 major books of the 1940s and 50s. A Study of Alienation by Colin Wilson, a novel by Richard Wright, and a translation of a 1953 work by which French novelist?
Albert Camus.
Correct, except for the definite article. Which title of an 1897 fantasy by H.G. Wells was also used by the American Ralph Ellison for a novel about racism in the Deep South set in the 1930s?
War of Worlds.
No, it's The Invisible Man. The title of which book by Iris Murdoch consists of the title of a play by Edward Bond, followed by the identical title of a novel by John Banville?
The Sea.
The full title, please.
We don't know, sorry.
Bad luck, because you were nearly there. It's The Sea is the full title. You can't get the points, though, I'm afraid. 10 points for this. An adjective meaning trim and neat appearance. What 6-letter word, by a different etymology, may be preceded by Norway to denote a tree and...
Brighton Hewitt.
Spruce.
Spruce is correct, yes. Right, your first set of bonuses are about the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Brighton. In ancient Rome, a glirarium was an enclosure for which small mammals in which they could be fattened for the table?
Rats.
No, it's the edible or fat dormouse. The madness of hatters, such as Lewis Carroll's creation, has been attributed to the widespread use of salts of which poisonous metal in the manufacture of felt hats?
Mercury.
Correct. The expression mad as a March hare comes from the odd behaviour of hares in the early spring. These bouts occur because of what form of behaviour?
Competition.
What do you call that?
Competition.
Competition for mates?
No, that used to be the explanation, but it's now believed to be the unwanted advances by males being fought off by females. 10 points for this. Introduced by the roboticist Masahiro Mori, what 2-word phrase after the dip in a graph plotting familiarity and human likeness means the hypothesis that when robots look and act almost but not entirely like...
Brighton Dales.
AI.
No, you lose 5 points. Look and act almost but not entirely like real people. It causes revulsion in human observers. It's known as the uncanny valley. 10 points for this. The war situation has developed not necessarily to our advantage.
City Devlin.
Japan, Emperor Hirohito.
That's correct, yes. The first time his voice had been heard On radio, your bonuses now are on recent works on economics, City. The director of the Earth Institute at Columbia University, which American economist wrote the 2005 book The End of Poverty?
Amartya Sen.
No, it's Jeffrey Sachs. Which 2005 book by the economist Stephen D. Levitt and the journalist Stephen J. Dubner attempted to answer such questions as what do school teachers and sumo wrestlers have in common?
Freakonomics.
Correct. The Canadian journalist Naomi Klein published which book on the mounting backlash against multinational corporations in 1999?
No logo.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. The IPCC is a scientific intergovernmental body set up in 1988 by the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations Environment Programme.
City Ellis.
Hurricanes.
No, you lose 5 points. For what do the letters CC stand?
Brighton Dales.
Climate Centre.
No, it's climate change, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Another starter question. Born 1646, which German philosopher asserted that the world is composed of an infinity of simple, indivisible units called monads, but is better known for his dispute with Isaac Newton over the discovery...
City Ellis.
Leibniz.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on an SI unit. Born 1797, which American physicist gives his name to the SI unit of inductance?
Ohm.
No, it's Joseph Henry. Secondly, what capacity with the symbol mu and measured in henries per metre is defined as the ratio of magnetic flux density in some material to the applied magnetic field?
Permittance.
No, it's permeability. A fundamental constant throughout magnetism, 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7 henries per metre, is the permeability of what?
A vacuum.
Correct. We're going to take our first picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see the flag of an international organisation. 10 points if you can identify the organisation.
Brighton Dales.
UNESCO.
No, anyone want to buzz from City?
City Ellis.
World Food Organization.
No, it is the Commonwealth of Independent States. So picture bonuses shortly. 10 points for this starter question. Which animal completes this observation attributed to the warden of New College, Oxford, the Reverend William Archibald Spooner? Yes, indeed, the Lord is a shoving...
City O'Leary.
Elephant.
Brighton?
Brighton Blenkin.
Donkey.
No, it's a spoonerism, shoving leopard. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as you buzz. A baker makes between 30 and 50 scones. If he packs them in 5s, he has 1 left over. If he packs them in 3s, he has 2 left over. How many scones did he make?
Brighton Jordan.
35.
No.
City O'Leary.
49.
No, it's 41. 10 points for this. Of which popular novelist who died in 1964 was Mark Lawson writing in May 2008 when he referred to the chilling indifference of tone he brought to both kissing and killing?
City Ellis.
Edgar Allan Poe.
No.
Brighton Jordan.
Hemingway.
No, it's Ian Fleming. 10 points for this. Noted for military conquest and public works, Tiglath-Pileser III, Sargon II and Sennacherib were rulers of which empire in the...
City Ellis.
Persia.
No, you lose 5 points in the first millennium BCE. No, I'll tell you, it's Assyria. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as you buzz. Which planet of the solar system is 5th from the sun?
City Burgess.
Jupiter.
Correct. Right, City, your bonuses are on a musical term. From the Italian for joke or jest, what term describes a vigorous or lively movement in triple metre that came to replace the minuet as a symphony movement?
It's not Allegro.
Allegro.
No, it's scherzo. Credited with the first use of the term, which Italian composer published a group of light pieces for voice as scherzi musicali in 1607.
Monteverdi.
Correct. Born 1770, which composer's Symphony No. 6 in F major contains a scherzo that depicts country folk dancing and revelling?
Schubert.
No, it's Beethoven. 10 points for this. My conscience will not allow me to continue with business as usual. Which film director made this statement in February 2008 when he...
Brighton Dales.
Steven Spielberg.
Correct, when he stepped down from his role with the Chinese. So you now get the picture bonuses that no one picked up earlier. You recall the picture starter was the flag of the CIS, or Commonwealth of Independent States. Your bonus questions, flags of 3 member states of the CIS, 5 points for each country you can identify. Firstly, for 5...
Moldova.
Correct. Secondly, which country is this?
Kazakhstan.
Very good. And finally...
Armenia.
You're right, you've been swatting up, haven't you? Right, 10 points for this starter question. Rivers in which historic English county have homophones that mean grain used to make pumpernickel, deposit of wet mud or slime, university lecturer, and gases that make up Earth's atmosphere?
Brighton Dales.
Yorkshire.
Correct, yes, the Rye, the Ouse, the Don and the Aire. Right, your bonuses are on a mineral, Brighton. The name of which crystalline form of silica is also generally applied to the microcrystalline and non-crystalline varieties of silica such as chalcedony and opal?
Quartz.
Correct. Quartz has 2 polymorphs. The alpha quartz crystal is trigonal, while beta quartz, only stable above 573 degrees Celsius, has which structure?
Quadrangular.
No, it's hexagonal. Which term is used to describe the property of certain ceramic and crystalline materials, including quartz, to develop an electromotive force against opposite faces when deformed, and conversely to deform when a voltage is applied across the faces?
Don't know.
It's the piezoelectric effect. 10 points for this starter question. What is the densest planet in the solar system, the largest of the inner planets, and the only one to have active plate tectonics?
City O'Leary.
Earth.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on Asian fabrics. The name of which thin cotton fabric derives from the Persian for milk and sugar, an allusion to the original alternate, smooth and puckered stripes of the material?
Silk.
No, it's seersucker. Made from cotton, which cloth is named after the port in the Indian state of Kerala, now known as Kozhikode, from which it was once exported?
Calico.
Correct. Usually produced in patterns such as checks. Which linen or cotton fabric woven of dyed yarn takes its name from the Malay for striped?
Cheesecloth.
No, it's gingham. We're going to take a music round. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. All you have to do is to give me the title of the song.
Well, it goes from St. Louis down from Missouri.
City O'Leary.
Go, Johnny, go.
No, you can hear a little more, Brighton.
Oh, my city looks so pretty, you see. Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingsman.
Brighton Jordan.
Is it Johnny Be Good?
No, it's not. It's Route 66. So, music bonuses in a moment or two. Another starter question. The Evening Hours of a Hermit and How Gertrude Teaches Her Children are books by which Swiss educator whose ventures included an orphan school he opened at Stantz in 1798?
City Devlin.
Steiner.
No, anyone to buzz from Brighton?
Brighton Blenkin.
Würzburg.
No, it's Pestalozzi. 10 points for this. In sculpture, what is a quadriga? Examples include that which is displayed in St Mark's Basilica in Venice and that which...
City Devlin.
A group of 4 figures.
No, 5 points lost. And that which is sited on the top of the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin.
Brighton Dales.
Is it a chariot?
That's correct, yes, a 4-horse chariot, specifically. OK, you're going to get the music bonuses then, Brighton. 3 more versions of Route 66. You didn't get it first time round, perhaps you get it now. 3 different artists, 5 points if you can name them. Firstly for 5, who's this?
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best.
Bing Crosby.
It is Bing Crosby. Second, this band.
In Excess.
No, that's Depeche Mode. And finally, this band.
Rolling Stones.
It is the Rolling Stones. That gives you the lead. Right, 10 points for this starter. When you're courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's what, according to Einstein?
Brighton Dales.
Life.
No.
City Ellis.
Relativity.
Relativity, indeed. Right, you get the bonuses then, City. 3 questions on a shared surname. English Eccentrics is a chamber opera by which Australian-born composer who was master of the Queen's music from 1975 until his death in 2003?
Bax.
No, it was Sir Malcolm Williamson, known as the Mole of Edge Hill. The eccentric 19th century tobacco merchant Joseph Williamson employed men to build a series of pointless tunnels under the streets of which English city?
Liverpool.
Correct. The eccentric author Henry Williamson is associated with which English county where he wrote Tarka the Otter in 1927?
Cornwall.
No, it's Devon. 10 points for this. Meanings of what 5-letter word include a glow of light or colour, a rush of emotion, to force from concealment, on the same plane or level...
City Ellis.
Flush.
Correct. Your bonuses are on plant reproduction, City. What name do botanists give to the structure that develops in the ovary from the fertilised ovule of a flowering plant?
A zygote.
No, it's a seed. The structure enclosed in the pericarp that develops from the wall of the ovary and may be either dehiscent or indehiscent is known by what name?
A fruit.
Correct. A fruit with a lignified indescent pericarp that is the product of more than one ovary but has only a single seed because the others have aborted is known as what?
A false fruit.
No, it's a nut. 10 points for this. What does the H represent in the abbreviation IHO, an international organisation...
City Ellis.
Health.
No, you lose 5 points. An international organisation based in Monaco whose objectives include encouraging uniformity in nautical charts.
Brighton Dales.
Hydrological.
No, it's hydrographic. 10 points for this. The Duke of Cumberland, responsible for the violent suppression of the Jacobite clans following the Battle of Culloden in 1746, was the son of which...
City Ellis.
George II.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on wine, City. Dominated by Riesling grapes, which German wine region takes its name from the river that flows through Metz and Trier and joins the Rhine at Koblenz?
What? What do you think? Alsace.
No, it's Mosel. Noted for production of port wine, which river of northern Portugal gives its name to a wine-producing area thought to be the oldest appellation in the world?
What? The Ebro.
No, it's Douro. Muscadet, Saumur and Sancerre are wine-growing regions situated in the valley of which French river?
The Loire.
Correct. Another starter question. In the second line of Walter Delamere's poem, The Listeners, what adjective describes the door upon which the traveller is knocking?
City O'Leary.
Softly.
No, anyone want to buzz from Brighton? It's moonlit. 10 points for this. In mathematics, what notes the square root of any number which is not a square number?
City O'Leary.
Irrational.
No, anyone want to buzz from Brighton?
Brighton Dales.
I.
No, it's a surd. 10 points for this. What given name is shared by a journalist and former editor of the Erotic Review, a prominent churchman, and the actor...
City Ellis.
Rowan is correct, yes. Your bonuses, City, are on 20th century works of philosophy. Which Spanish philosopher denounced the rise of the masses as the dominant cultural force in the 1929 book The Revolt of the Masses?
Pass.
It's José Ortega y Gasset. In his 1964 work, One-Dimensional Man, which German-born Marxist charged that the citizens of modern capitalist society had become objects stupefied and manipulated by ready gratification?
Pass.
That was Marcuse. And finally, in Discipline and Punish, the French philosopher Michel Foucault analysed the practice of the microphysics of power in what kind of system?
Democracy?
No, it's penal or a prison system. 10 points for this. What three-word term describes a painful condition of the hand and fingers caused by compression of the...
Brighton Blanket.
Carpal tunnel syndrome.
Correct. Your bonuses are on European capitals, Brighton. In each case, give the European capital city in which all of the following are located. Firstly, the Fisherman's Bastion, Gellert Hill, the Chain Bridge, and the Statue of Anonymous.
Stockholm.
No, it's Budapest. The Huguenot Graveyard, the Grand Canal, the Custom House, St Mary's Pro Cathedral, and Temple Bar.
Dublin.
Correct. Christiana, Charlottenburg, the Amalienborg Palace, and the Tivoli Gardens.
Copenhagen.
Correct. 10 points for this, which is a picture question. Your picture starter is a painting. 10 points if you can name the artist.
City Ellis.
Delacroix.
Well done. So, for following on from that Liberty leading the people, your picture bonus is 3 more paintings by prominent romantic artists, all produced within the same decade. 5 points if you can name the artist. Firstly, this one, please.
Caspar David Friedrich.
Correct. And secondly, this one, please.
That's Jericho. Jericho.
The Raft of the Medusa, yes. And finally, this one.
That's Goya.
It is Execution of the Defenders of Madrid. Well done. Another starter question. What 7-letter word denotes in fencing a quick thrust made after parrying an opponent's lunge?
City Ellis.
Riposte.
Correct. Your bonuses are on a political figure, City. The Canadian-born newspaper proprietor and politician Max Aitken is better known by what title which he received in 1917?
Lord Beaverbrook.
Correct. I ran the paper purely for propaganda and with no other purpose. Of which newspaper did Beaverbrook say those words in 1948?
Daily Express.
Correct. Our cock won't fight. Of which prominent figure did Beaverbrook say that in 1936?
Edward VIII. Edward VIII.
Correct. Another starter question. Raymond Briggs's book, The Tin Pot Foreign General and the Old Iron Woman, was his response...
Brighton Jordan.
The Falklands War.
To the Falklands War, that's right. Your bonuses, Brighton, are on altarpieces, the subject of an opera by Paul Hindemith. Which German artist completed a series of paintings for the Eisenheim altar in 1515? Come on.
Nominate Jordan.
Dürer.
No, it's Matthias Grunewald. Jan van Eyck's altarpiece, The Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, can be seen in the Cathedral of St. Bavo in which Belgian city?
Bruges.
No, it's Ghent. The Palo d'Oro, an ornate enamelled altarpiece depicting Christ and his many saints, is in which Italian basilica?
St. Peter's.
No, it's in St. Mark's in Venice. 10 points for this. The popular names of the Mediterranean shrub Laurus nobilis and the herb Rumex acetosa are colour varieties of which domesticated animal?
Brighton Blanken.
Cat.
No, anyone want to buzz from City? No, you may not confer. I'll tell you it's the horse, the bay and the sorrel. 10 points for this. In a game of tiddlywinks, if red pots out first, then blue pots before yellow and green, what is the final score?
Brighton Blinken.
6.
No, anyone to buzz from City? None of you play
City O'Leary.
tiddlywinks?
0.
No, it's 7. What is the world coming to? 10 points for this. Being a protein of the beta-globulin group, transferrin binds and transports what in blood serum?
Brighton Dales.
Iron.
Iron is right, yes. Your bonuses, Brighton, are on a shared name. Generally equal to 1 rope length, the distance between belay points, established by mountain climbers using the same ropes to make ascents or descents, is known by what term?
Pass.
It's called a pitch. Internationally agreed in 1939, concert pitch is the pitch to which instruments were intended to be tuned, a frequency of 440 cycles per second, designated as which musical note?
C.
No, it's the A above middle C. Pitch Lake, a major source of natural asphalt, is located near La Brea on the southwest peninsula of which Caribbean island, separated from the east coast of Venezuela by the Gulf of Paria?
Trinidad.
Trinidad is correct. Another starter question. What concept in South and East Asian philosophy derives its name from the Sanskrit for action and describes the sum of one's actions carried out?
City Ellis.
Karma.
Karma is right, yes. Your bonuses now are on airports named after people. Known as the father of Mexican independence, Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla gave his name to the airport that serves which city, the capital of Jalisco State?
Tijuana.
There's Guadalajara. Lyon's International Airport was named after which French pilot and author of The Little Prince?
Saint-Exupéry.
Correct. King Abdulaziz and King Khaled are international airports in which country?
Saudi Arabia.
Correct. 10 points for the starter question. With an isolated population living in the UK, the mountain hare has what alternative name from the underfur of its summer coat?
City Ellis.
The Arctic hare.
No? Anyone want to buzz from Brighton? I'll tell you, it's the blue hare. 10 points for this. From a Welsh term meaning an indigenous Briton, what word refers to the branch of the insula? And at the gong, Brighton University have 115, City University have 185. Well, the questions didn't fall right for you, Brighton, did they? So we'll have to say goodbye to you, I'm afraid. City, we should look forward to seeing you in the quarter-finals. Congratulations. What a shame no one plays tiddlywinks anymore. I hope you can join us next time for the last of the second-round matches, but until then, it's goodbye from Brighton University.
Bye.
It's goodbye from City University.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Next, here on BBC Two, Matt Damon and Heath Ledger star in the fantasy adventure film The Brothers Grimm. Whilst over on BBC Four now, there's more quizzing, this time using patience and lateral thought in Only Connect.